Right. Okay. So thank you everyone for coming to our webinar. So today we'll be talking about a topic here, very common topic about routerOS. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Happy New Year for everyone. Yeah, New Year is over. Now let's get back to work. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hope you guys have a nice New Year, and then got enough sleep, and then got some wonderful vacation. Okay, so today our webinar is about introduction to routerOS. This is the first webinar in the new year, 2022. Yeah, uh, yeah, mm, yeah. Almost every week. Yes, not almost every week. Yeah, since pandemic we have been doing webinar consistently. Yeah, I think for our side it's a record because many years ago it is quite hard to do the webinar. Now with pandemic we are more consistent than before. Okay, let's continue. So these are the agenda. Yeah, first standard introduction, review, intro to routerOS, intro to MikroTik. Yeah, that one is important. Okay, so at least for those who are new to the MikroTik, okay, what the hell is MikroTik? Okay, where they are coming from? Yeah, that's the sort of things. Yeah. What else? Yeah, and then some demos about what MikroTik routerOS can do. Here we are using the latest version, which is version 7. I think it's quite good. Yeah, lots of improvement, especially in the routing part. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, currently in our network, in our clients, we are trying to move from version 6 to version 7. Okay, introduction. We are GLC, Gandalista Cakrawala. We are based in Bandung. We are doing training and IT consulting. We do MikroTik, Cisco, whatever you name it. Yeah, mostly related to networking, system administration, and then some programming. So we develop some software for our customer. Yeah, for example, the GLC Radius Manager. Okay, my name is Achmad Mardiansyah. I'm based in Bandung. I'm Linux user, MikroTik user, Ubiquiti user, PHP user, database user, PostgreSQL user, scripting user. Doing teaching for a living, also consultant, doing here and there related to MikroTik and Linux and programming. So mostly they are open source. I have LinkedIn account here. So guys, if you have LinkedIn, oops, what's happening? Yeah, if you have LinkedIn, and then yeah, we can connect. Yes. We can connect there. Oops, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, that's what me experience, mostly related to networking, either network support, network upgrade, network integrations, or yeah, that kind of things. Migrations, yeah. Sometimes we do migration from old system to the new system, like ERP. For webinar, yes, we do webinar since 2010, but we are much more consistent now, every week, especially on Thursday evening. Okay, so if you guys have topics that needs to be discussed, okay, just inform us, then we can put on our list. Okay. Yeah, so thank you very much for coming here. Welcome, sorry. Please introduce yourself. At least we know where you are from. Okay, so usually there are people from Africa, from Europe, from Asia. Very hard to find people more than our time zone because it must be very late over there, like in Australia and Korea or Taiwan. Okay, prerequisites. So we assume you already know network in general, computer networks, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then let's do review. So when we talk about the OC layer networking, so we talk about the OC layer. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each layer has its own function, and then there is a series of encapsulation. Okay, and then after the encapsulation on every layer, we call that one as a protocol data unit. Okay, protocol data unit can be segment, can be packets or frame. Okay, it depends on the oops. Oh, yeah, it depends on the layers, okay, that you are using. So we are usually comparing OC model and the TCP/IP. So these two things are very common in our discussion of networking. Okay, and then every protocol. Okay, TCP is a protocol, IP is a protocol, and then the protocol has its own rules, has its own way for communications, and one form of communication is data format. Okay, so here's the data format for layer 4. Okay, you can see here we have a TCP and UDP header. And then here we have a layer 3 header, either IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, IPv6 has 4 times larger than IPv4, but it's not in a linear manner. Okay, 4 times larger in terms of bits. Okay, so IPv6 only 32. IPv6 is times 4, so it means that 128 bits. Okay, so total IP address in IPv6 is 2 to the point of 128 IP addresses, and then that's a lot. So if your hair needs an IP address, I believe yes, it's still possible to put IP address on that. Okay, Ethernet header. This is layer 2. Depends on the layer 2 net layer 2 technology you are using. Okay, so Ethernet is very common, very cheap, not very cheap, but it's affordable. I'm not saying it's cheap. That depends. Okay, because there are some Ethernet that is much more expensive than the common one, but generally it's affordable. Okay, that was the Ethernet. And then here's if you have a Wi-Fi. Okay, so if you see, yeah, lots of encapsulation here. Yeah, so this is the data that you are using and that you are sending. And then over here is the header. So we spend a lot of things for signaling actually. Okay, so signaling is a mechanism so that the data can reach destinations and then to control the communication. So the content of the communication is here, okay, but in order to that content to receive, to arrive or reach the destination is we are using signaling. Okay, so we are using signaling on layer 4, layer 3, layer 2. So yeah. So that's the definition of signaling. A signaling is a mechanism to control the communication, to control, to manage, to initiate the communication. It's not the content itself. The content itself is the data, is your file, is your MP3, is your email, is your WhatsApp chat. Yeah, those are the data. So signaling is other things other than the data. Okay, so what else? Yeah, so layers in internet communications in a simple manner. Okay, so here we are using right now, the technologies are more converged. Uh, many applications now are based on internet protocol. Okay, so okay, that's the concept how we do communication, and then we have a network devices. Okay, so network devices typically are end devices, intermediary devices, and the media. Okay. And then so we set up a physical topology. Okay, so here we have a layer 2 and layer 3. Okay, so this is layer 3, this is layer 3. So the blue one here is a layer 3. Oh, okay, maybe I can do it better using different color. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, so this is layer 3, this is layer 3, layer 3. Layer 3 is connecting layer 2. This is layer 2, layer 2, layer 2. Yeah, so that's how we set up a connection. Okay, so yeah, so this is our typical connection topology. Yeah, so first we have a physical topology and then we have a logical topology. So here we can see in the physical topology, we can see layer 2 devices. Yeah, like this one. So this is layer 2, right? This is layer 2 physical. Okay, so in physical topology, we should see it. Okay, so where is the switch located? Okay, so from here, we move to the logical topology, which only focusing on layer 3. So here we only see routers and then the subnet. So we are routing traffic between subnet. Yeah, including the internet. We don't know how many switches. Yeah. And then if we bring on more on the higher level, like in the BGP interconnectivity, like what we have in the world, we will see that we don't see logical topology anymore. So what we see is the AS number. So inside the AS number, we have routers, and inside the routers, we have switches. Okay, so that kind of abstraction level we are using. Okay. So router and routing. So we know that router is the device, routing is the process for selecting path, the best path in the network. Okay. And then here, every router has its own routing table. Yeah. So as you can see here, so this is our router, and then here is the table. Yeah. So the table only two parts: destination and the gateway. Yeah. Your destination is where you want to go, and then the gateway is the gateway, is the place where you go to your destination. So that means we have to have destinations, a list of destinations. Yes, yes. In the BGP router, especially if you are in the internet part of the internet, you will see lots of a BGP prefix or lots of networks. Okay, that is based on the BGP. Okay. So this is how we do how the routing table looks like. Okay. So yeah, it works like a firewall. Okay. So if there is a destination packet, okay, from a destination to yeah to the gateway, So when a packet arrives at the when the packets arrive at the router always think in binary. You know, router is a computer, and computer always think in binary, 0 and 1. So even though the destination IP address is 192.168.2.6, we need to convert it into a binary format. Not we, I mean, the computer already have it. Okay, that's how they work. So we just get used to it. Okay, so it compares, okay, when it match, and then goes for the gateway. So that's how it looks like. And then routing table lookup happens in this step, in this phase. Either you are using output phase or after pre-routing phase. Okay, so in MikroTik, we have, or Linux, okay, so we have a pre-routing, we have a forward, we have input, output, and post-routing. So these are the three tables we are using in our Linux system, Linux networking, okay? So the routing decision, the phase for reading the routing tables happens in that phase, okay? After the pre-routing, as you can see, pre-routing, okay? So it means that before you read the routing table. So after the pre-routing, and then you read the routing table, and after that, the routing table will decide which change or next step it goes through. If the packet goes to the router and then use the input, if not, and then go forward. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Okay, good. So MikroTik, yeah, our favorite topics. MikroTik is the name of a company. Okay, the company name is MikroTik. A brand also MikroTik. Actually, they have two brands, Routerboard and MikroTik. Routerboard is the name of the hardware. So in the previous, a long time ago, several years ago, they have two websites, mikrotik.com and routerboard.com. So routerboard.com consists of a list of hardware. So it's like an online store to buy the products, okay? But now they just combine it into one website, which is I think it's very convenient for us to understand. Okay, so yeah, that was MikroTik, a name of company, a brand, a program, and then their headquarters in Riga, Latvia. Yeah, so Riga is over here. Yeah, so if you zoom in, just this small, maybe less than 10 million people live there. And then here we are over here. Okay, so this is Indonesia where I live. So if I go to Latvia, it goes over here. Oh, that's quite far. Maybe more than 20 hours flight with stops. Yeah, because there is no direct flight from Jakarta to Riga. So usually we stop in Amsterdam, or if you use KLM, or London, that depends, or Emirates, in Dubai, or whatever. Okay, so that was MikroTik. Okay, so it's quite far away from here. And then their product actually is produced in Latvia as well. So they don't outsource, as far as I know, they don't outsource their factory in China. Yeah, if they do, and then it will be easier and then cheaper, perhaps, to receive their products. So most of the production is in Europe, in Latvia. They have several warehouses also in Europe, in several countries, so not in Riga alone, in other countries as well, but that is for a warehouse. But for manufacturing facilities, I think it's still in Riga. Maybe it's a classified information, I don't know. So as far as I know, most of the production are in Latvia. So we have to import it from there. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, what is their products? So they only produce two products, hardware and software. Yeah. So the first is routerOS, was released in 1996, long time ago, man. So available in x86 at the time. You can download it from here. And at the time, it was for x86. So, you will download an ISO. So it's like a Linux distribution. Okay, you download and then you install it in your PC. Yeah, a server, and then that server will be used as a router. Okay. Next software is the Switch OS. Okay, SWOS. Here you can call ROS. Okay, it's an operating system for their switch, but it's only MikroTik hardware. Okay, you cannot apply. Oh, okay, so I can download this SWOS. No, SWOS is not available. It's already embedded directly in MikroTik device, switch device especially. Okay, and that is easy. It's very easy. So it's similar to like other vendors. You don't have to use Winbox for that. Just open with the web interface. It's easier. Yeah, but it's very limited. Yeah, the feature is limited compared to the uh, uh, equipment that is using routerOS. And then here's the router board. Okay, the hardware. Yeah, the hardware is called router board. Okay, or RB. Okay, and then inside the RB they have routerOS or SWOS installed. Okay, so this is the website routerboard.com. I'm still using it. But if you access the website, it will be redirected to mikrotik.com. Okay, any questions so far? This is very, very noob class for MikroTik, okay? What MikroTik OS can do? Well, you can download, you go to MikroTik. So this is my favorite files. Yeah, you can just look it into the Google. Just Googling this files, and then you will see what MikroTik OS can do for you. Okay, they also have a product catalog. At the time, the product catalog is a separate. There is a file for product catalog PDF, but right now the product catalog, just go to mikrotik.com and then you will see all of them. Sometimes they also release newsletter for newer products. Okay, you can subscribe and then get some information from them. Yeah, it was very long time ago, 2016. Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. I have question here. A firewall MikroTik. If you use destination NAT feature, better if you use routerOS or just pfSense. Well, routerOS is easier, and then yeah, I will say it's cheaper compared to pfSense. pfSense is x86 base, right? But routerOS, yeah, it means that if you use pfSense, you have to buy the PC, and I don't think it's cheaper. Maybe more than $200 US, more than 200, maybe 500. But in routerOS, simple, simple firewall or NAT, you can get it with the less $100. So it's affordable, much more affordable. And then many people likes it in Indonesia. Yeah, so no wonder here there are lots of people knows MikroTik, and then you will see MikroTik in every corner. Yeah, because it's very popular. Okay, if you are a network engineer and you don't know, you're a network engineer in Indonesia and you don't know MikroTik, we will say, oh, what? You don't know MikroTik? What? How come? Yeah. Okay, so MikroTik, how MikroTik naming their products? So usually they start with RB, XYZ. Oh, perhaps I can show it some examples here. MikroTik.com. Okay, share. Yeah, you can see, let's go to, I need to change the mode. No, it's too big. Okay, go to hardware and then, yeah, as you can see, MikroTik usually has two names on their products. Okay, for example, this one, or maybe let's take another example. Usually this one. Okay, so let's take this one, hex. Okay, so hex is a marketing name. Okay, H means home. Okay, so this is home. E means express. X means exchange or router. Okay, so that's hex. Okay, so but here we have their technical name. Okay, so for us, because we know we are technical guy. Okay, so we prefer to see their technical name other than the marketing name. So as you can see, RB means router board. 7 means 7 series. 7XX. 5 means 5 wired. And then 0 means wireless. Okay. So this guy has no wireless at all because that 1750 is 0. Okay, so let's see. So we have 5 wired. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that explains over here. And then they have G over here. G means gigabit interface. So it means all of them are gigabit interface. And then R is, I forgot the R. What is R? Maybe related to license or something. Okay, let me Google it for you. Maybe somebody can help. Yeah, at least, yeah, at least by seeing the technical name of MikroTik, and then you will see that you will know the features of that. What is R? Oh, R means, is it related?
Rack mount.
Rack mount. Yes, yes. R means rack mount. Yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah. So it depends on the type of rack mount. Yeah. Thank you for that. And 3 means, I forgot here. Maybe it's other meaning for that. I need to check again. Yeah, but at least here is the one example of MikroTik naming, product naming. Okay, so yeah, at least, you know, when you see their code, you will see the features of that one. Okay, so this is hex slide. Okay, so as you can see, it's a different, has different code, RB750. R2, as you can see, so there is no G here. So you can see, oops. Okay, let's compare between hex and hex slide. So this is hex, okay, so RB750G, R2, and here GR3. Okay, so if you buy hex and then all ports are gigabit, okay, rack mount. But if you buy hex slide, it's not gigabyte. Okay, so yeah, that's how Makotic naming their products. Okay, so for me, I would prefer to see their technical name instead of enclosure type. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I would like to see their technical name other than just a hex slide or whatever. Yeah, that's not make me interested to see it. Okay, so let's get back to the slide. Especially with the wireless products. Okay, so, okay, let's open one wireless product here. Where else? Oh, now the product it has lots of a selection. Yeah. Okay. So for example, this is RB4011. Yeah. Okay. So wow, the naming is quite complex here. Okay, never mind. We just check it one by one. See, oh, that one is quite intimidating here. Okay, let's check one by one. Do not feel intimidated. So RB means router board. 4 means 4,000. So 4,000 series. Okay, and 11 means they have 11 wired. Yeah, 11 wired. Yeah, 11 wired interface. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 11 port for wired, and then they have I for I forgot the I. It's for PoE out. Okay, it's for injector. Injector. G means gigabit, yes.
Independent port.
Gigabit interface. And then you can see this is S plus. S plus means SFP plus. Okay. SFP plus. Does it looks like a SFP? Oh yeah. So this is SFP, which is this one. Okay. That's small interface. This one here. Yeah. And then this is the first wireless, okay? And this is the second wireless over here. So the first wireless is using 5 gigahertz band, and then H means they have a high power. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, H means high power, high. Yeah, higher power. H means high. So we have a normal, and then we have high, and then we have high power, and then we have super high power. That's their level of wireless power. Yeah, wireless output power. Okay, so H means the power. So H means 23 to 24 dBm. Okay, so H. So if you have HP, it means that higher than 24, like 25 to 26 dBm. Okay. And then AC means it supports AC. Okay, AC protocol. Yeah, you know, wireless protocol. And then here we have Q. Q means quad antenna, total number of antenna. Okay, so we have 4 antenna, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 antenna in 5 gigahertz. Okay, and then the second wireless interface is using 2 gigahertz, and then is using high power. Power level is high, and then it supports N. Okay, yeah, because AC is only only available on 5 gigahertz band. So this is N means 11N. And then D here means dual chain, so 2 antennas. So 2 antenna. This one is for A and T. Yeah. Yeah, what else? Oh, IN. Yeah. IN means indoor enclosure. Yeah, sometimes we will see RM. RM means rack mount, LM or TC tower. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's all. So this is the type that you will see if you check their specifications, like this one here, architecture. So yeah, by seeing the trend of IT manufacturer company like Apple, like other brands, yeah, looks like processor, the favorite or popular choice of processor in the future is ARM based. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, so this is ARM processor. Yeah, yeah. So if you want to buy MikroTik product, so I would suggest if you buy ARM base, and then this is the CPU code name that is based on ARM. I forgot the AL. AL is Annapurna, or I forgot the AL. Yeah, so here's the total number of CPU core. Okay, and so on and so forth. And then here's, as I said, yeah, wireless capabilities. Okay, so they have 5 gigahertz, because as I said, they have two interfaces, right? So first is gigahertz, 5 gigahertz. Okay, and then here's the second is 2 gigahertz. Okay, and then here's the AC speed. Okay, so those are the those are the details of wireless. And then here's the Ethernet, SFP. As I said, yeah, this is 4011. So if you combine, yeah, so this is 10, this is 1, so total is 11 ports, yeah, as it says, ports. Okay, peripherals, powering. Okay, it has 2 inputs. Wow, okay, so this is cool. So first is normal jack input power, so from 12 to 57. So as you can see, it supports PoE in. Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to buy, you don't have to use their own adapter. If you have passive PoE, yes, it can support PoE in, which is good. And then, okay, so this is PoE in. So normally PoE in, it depends. So usually it's used to power up the IP-based phone, yeah, not iPhone, IP phone. Yeah, IP phone is a phone that is based on IP. So it's using a SIP protocol, session initiation protocol. Okay, so as I said, this is, we have an I over here. Okay, so I means injector, so it means that it can give PoE out. Okay, certification and approvals. Okay, so this one is also important. So it says, it shows the, if you see, this is what it's called RX sensitivity. Yeah, so this is very important. Yeah, so this is, this determines also the quality of your wireless, the quality of your wireless interface. Yeah, so as you can see, with the level of signal minus 100 dB, you know, minus 100 dB is very, very low signal. Okay, it can deliver 1 Mbps. Yeah, with the transmit power of 28. Oh, this one is quite high. Yeah. Wow. See, it can receive even though in 96 minus 96 dB, okay, with a transmit power of 33 dB, it can deliver 6 Mbps. Okay, so that is the lowest data rate that it can support with the war situation. So yeah, as you can see, this is quite good. Okay. Yeah, so this is the data sheet that you need to see if you buy a wireless products. Okay, here's the parts, products, support and download. Oh, okay, this one is also important. Yeah, SFP compatibility list. Yes, this is also important. Quick guide, not really. And then here's the test results. Okay. This is also good. Okay, so that determines you to buy this product or not. Yeah, so that depends. That depends on your requirement. So this is the pair testing. This is depends on the frame size. Okay. So as you can see, what we have two. This is kilo packet per second. So this is PPS. This is BPS. So BPS means bit per second. PPS means packet per second. Okay, so as you can see, the packet per second is quite similar, but the BPS is varied. Okay, here, and here. Okay, so as you can see, this is the sorry, I mean, yeah, this is the thing that you are looking for, right? How many megabits, how many megabits per second it can support. So as you can see, this is the total capacity is 9,000. 9,000 Mbps. So it means 9 gigabit per second. So it means that, so as you can see, so this router has 11 port, right? Yeah. So in total, they can handle 9,000 Mbps, right? So that's why like a 10 gig, almost 10 gig, right? So that's why here we have SFP plus, right? So SFP plus can support 10 gig. Yeah, yeah. That's with the note. Yeah, with a note of if we send frame of 1,500 bytes. Okay, so if we are using 512 bytes, and then here's the maximum. That one is if we use a bridge. Okay, so if you use, let's say, routing, okay, with this one, and then here's the maximum. Okay. Yeah. So again, yeah, just check your own requirement. Make sure that it's already covered here. Okay, so this is what the things that I'm looking for also when I'm looking for my MikroTik device. Okay. Right, I have question here. Question: MikroTik hardware documentation. The test result, is it real? Yeah. Okay, according to them, according to this documentation, yeah. Have strange naming concept. No, it's not. So 2011 means 2011. So 20 means 2000. So it's a family. So 2011. Yeah. So let's say, so 2011. So 2 means 2XXX. So it's a family product line. And then 11 means 11 wire port. 3011 means 3000 product line is 3000 for 4011, and then 5009. Yeah, that was the newest product from MikroTik, 5009. That one is cool, man. So it's very low, it's affordable as well, but very thin. But the processing power is very good. Yeah, I like it. 5009. Okay, so that's how you read MikroTik code, yeah, product code. So if you see lots of you see ugly name like this, actually, you know what it means. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Everybody understand with the MikroTik naming concept? Yeah. Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, and then we talk about the router board architecture. Yes, so the architecture means the CPU model that the MikroTik use. Okay, let's go back to the website again. Okay, MikroTik. Where's the MikroTik? Yeah, here's home. Close some tabs. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this one. Yeah. So the second thing, after you check the specification, yes, you need to check the block diagram to make sure that if you activate fast path, you will not get disappointed. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Yeah, so here you can see a chipset that is responsible for certain traffic, okay, certain processing. So we have 4011, and then here they have chipset for wireless LAN 2 gigahertz, They have chipset for 5 gigahertz. Yeah, and then here you can see they have 4 antennas. Here they only have 2 antennas. Okay, and then here's their main CPU. Okay, AL. This is the code. Okay, inside they have a switch chip as well. Okay, and then here. Okay, so if you want to send data from Ether 2 to Ether 3, it will go from here to here. Okay, so if you activate the fast path, yeah, and then and then it will not causing CPU higher. Okay, so if you send data from Ether 2 to Ether 7, so it will go through from here to here. Yeah, so as you can see, CPU is involved here. Okay, so that means the processing is higher. The CPU load will be higher if you send data from Ether 2 to Ether 7. We already discussed this in the switch chip. In the previous webinar, you just check them out. And then here's the SFP. Oh, yeah. Because that product has SFP plus. And then every SFP port must have SFP modules. We call it modules. So not all SFP. Oh, okay, we have SFP, and then we can just using it right away. No, yeah, that's the thing that we don't like about SFP, and also what we like about SFP as well. With the SFP, it's just a cage. Okay, so just empty. You have to buy modules. We call it modules. Okay. So after you buy a module, you put them in the SFP, and then you can use it. And then here's the compatibility. Other brands, yes, sometimes they're compatible with the MikroTik as well. But yeah, again, that depends on your experience. I cannot say, oh, okay, we have a SFP module from Cisco, and then we put it into MikroTik, and then it has to be work. No, not always like that. Sometimes compatible. In this model, they're not. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, this is can be your reference to check whether the SFP is compatible or not. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Oh, okay. I forgot the architecture. Oh, yeah, that's the important thing. I forgot. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I need to switch back to the different page. Okay, so let's talk about the architecture. So you can go to software. Here it is. Okay. So this is the architecture. So MikroTik is using different CPU from different provider, as you can see. Yeah, so here's the architecture. Okay, so this is their architecture, okay? So as you can see, they have products that is based on ARM 64, MIPS BE, MMIPS, SMIPS, Tilera, PPC. Okay, so those are the CPU architecture. Okay, is there any Intel? Yes, down below. And then what are the products? Oh, here it is. See? So this is the products that is based on ARM. Okay, here's the product that is based on ARM 64. So as you can see, most of the products are based on ARM and MIPS B. Okay, so here it is. Okay, some are, for example, hacks with MMIPS. This is very low. as MIPS, and then here's Tilera. Okay, I don't think Tilera will be produced in the future. There will be a replacement, but the most powerful product from MikroTik is based on this Tilera. Okay. Yeah, but in the future, I don't think they will continue the product line. So I'm thinking about to use this one over here, ARM64 base router. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else? No? Yeah, their most powerful router is CCR 10072, right? That is based on Tilera. Yeah, this is the most powerful router that MikroTik has up to now. And then that is based on Tilera processor. But in the future, I think they will do based on ARM64. Yeah, just for your information. This is my opinion, okay? No official statement from MikroTik. I just took it from the data that I found here. Okay, so that was the router board architecture. Any questions so far? No? Okay, so next is about the training and certification. Well, that depends on your goals. Okay, first you need to take MTCNA, and A means network associate. MTC means MikroTik certified. Okay, and yeah, after that, that is the basic networking certification for MikroTik. Okay, MTCNA. After that, it depends on your requirements. If in your job you are doing lots of QoS, simple Q, Q simple or Q3, and then you can take TCE, traffic control engineering. If you are using MikroTik switch product, okay, you can take SWE, so it's a switch engineer, so layer 2 certification. So MikroTik produces lots of switches, okay? Yeah, and then that switch has their own way for configuration, which you cannot do it in x86. So that's the thing. If you take SWE, switching engineer, okay. Yeah, you have to practice with the MikroTik device. You cannot do it in the if ng or what else for the what's the software for doing the simulation? I forgot the other one that people use most, but I don't use it often. Yeah, I know how to use it, but GNS, yeah, GNS3. You cannot simulate the MikroTik switch on GNS3. No. There is no image for that, not like Cisco. Okay, and then here's the security engineer. And then here's the IPv6. Okay, I don't think IPv6 is available here in Indonesia. Yeah, because the big provider, they don't provide the IPv6, like Telkom, Indosat, and they don't provide IPv6 for their customer. Some maybe, but not everyone. Here, if you are using hotspot or IPsec, here you can use user manager. If you use indoor wireless, okay, indoor wireless, you can take EWE, means in enterprise wireless engineer. So this is for indoor. And then if you are using outdoor, yeah, they can use, you can take WE. wireless engineer. If you have more than one routers, just take RE, routing engineer. There you will be focusing on interior routing, like RIP, OSPF. Yeah, we know the OSPF areas. If your network is bigger and bigger and you need an IS number, yeah, that's the MTCNA. INE means inter-network engineer. So inter-networking means your network will be connected to other networks. What kind of network? And then every network is identified by AS number, autonomous system number. Okay, so that's the MikroTik training and certification. Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about MikroTik routerOS. So MikroTik routerOS is just like this. Yeah, routerOS, sometimes we showed it as ROS. Yeah, router operating system, ROS. So it's running on MikroTik router and switch. Oh, switch. I thought switch is switch OS. Yeah, so if you buy MikroTik switches, you will see two code. Okay, so CRS or CSS. So this one, cloud router switch. So that switch can be turned into router. And then they have CSS, cloud smart switch. So this one is using SWOS. This one is ROS. Okay. So we just buy switch and then we just turn them into a router. No, it's a bad idea. Why? Because the processing of ROS is very, very low. The processing power of routing, yeah. So please don't do that. So I have one client in Jakarta. They just buy a very cheap switch, and then they just turn into the switch into a router, doing the network address translation. Okay, and then at that time CPU goes up to 40%. And then they complain. Of course, yeah. Just use router. Do not use switch. But it's possible. Yes, it is possible. That doesn't mean it's must. Okay, so that's the big often. That's the biggest, not biggest, not dumbest. It's very harsh. Uh, how can I say? How can I say things in a polite way? uh, maybe bad mistakes. Okay, yeah. So it's a bad mistake. People use with MikroTik. With the MikroTik, you can do anything. So people just talk, okay, I just buy a cheapest MikroTik and then I can run everything. Yeah, but their processing power is very, very low. Okay, so all features in MikroTik is open, so it's unlike Cisco. In Cisco, if you want to use this features like MPLS, oh, okay, so you have to buy this this router. Okay, you know what I mean, yeah. So not all router has all that features. With MikroTik, all router has all features. So what's the difference between them? The processing power and the CPU power. Yeah, that's one of the difference. Okay, so that's MikroTik routerOS. Yeah, it's implemented on router and switches. The mode is depends, and then each group has its own permission. So it's not like Cisco. Cisco, you have to do enable. With MikroTik, no, it's not so. It's more like a software, yeah. So like a user has a role or groups, and group has its own permission. Okay. So yeah, has the concept. So user has his group, and then his group has its own permission. And then you can do command line as well. And then the menu is the basis of the command. So menu and then verb and then the parameters. So it has auto completion like Unix. Okay, perhaps I can share my screen here. Any questions so far for those who are new to MikroTik? No? Oh, okay. So we already 2039. I don't know. Okay, let me share just a quick info, quick introduction to routerOS. Okay, maybe this one. Oh, no, not this one. Okay, let me share my Winbooks. Yeah, so this is the MikroTik interface. Yeah. Yeah, first, yeah, it looks intimidated. Yeah, so this is the command line, and then here's the menu, like IP address, then list. So that's the sequence of your click, right? Sequence of the menu. So after you have a menu and then you click address, and then you will see the content. So same thing with the command line. So you go to IP, you go to menu IP. So here you're already in the IP menu, and then you can just press tab for next menu. Okay, if you want to go back, you can just go slash. You can just tab. Okay. And we have no. Yeah, just tab. Tab is enough. Or so IP and then address and then tab again. So as you can see, we have different color over here. So yeah, so the cyan color, so this color named cyan, right, is the menu. Okay, and then we have purple. Purple color is for command. Yeah, so for example, this one is command. Okay, so menu, and then command. So that's the syntax of MikroTik command. So IP address, and then we can go for print. And then after print, we can see the green color over here. Okay, green color means parameters. Okay, for example, count only. So here it is. If we don't use parameters, then we can just use print. That's it. Okay, clear? Is clear? Okay. Is it possible here? No. Okay. Yeah, print, for example, brief. Yeah, or details. Yeah, here it is. It's more detailed. Same thing with the IP routes, print. Yeah, same thing. And then you can see, you can choose where. Here's one of the filter where destination address is 0000 0. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah, that's we can do. So that's why I like MikroTik, because yeah, it can make my life easier. Yeah, with this kind of filter. If you use BGP, man, with the BGP you have lots of routing tables. Okay, prints. With print you have lots of routing tables. Here I only have 21 routing. Okay, in my routers, in my small router. I only have 21, but if you are managing BGP routers, you will see more than 1 million routing table, routing entry. So that's not good. So that's why this features like destination like this, it's very useful. Also, you can use features like BGP. I forgot to filter that one. Array preference source. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we usually use AS path. So perhaps in this versions, I need to find out the way to display the entries. Yeah. So usually we can use this one. So it's the same thing. So it's called filter here. Oh yeah, it has here. Contain something. Okay. So there are so many ways to filter your own routing tables. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, I have a question here. If you're not often using GNS, what do you use for emulating the network? We use other system, other software. What is the name of the software? Well, we can, one of them is we are using KVM. Or you can use a VMware. We just set up a topology and then install MikroTik on those devices, on those VM. Yeah, so basically yeah, that one can be used if you are using um, what is it? If you use x86 platform, yeah. x86 image, you cannot apply ARM on those platform. Okay. Okay. MikroTik scripting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a good idea. Okay. Let me write that down. Any suggestions for topics? Okay. MikroTik scripting is good. Yeah, remember, okay, if you talk about scripting, it means you're already familiar with programming, okay? And then most of the network engineer, they don't like programming, right? Most of my students in the university, what do you want to be? I want to be a network engineer. I want to be a system engineer. I want to be integration engineer. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Why? Because I want to avoid programming. Yes, yes, correct, correct. Yeah. So let me know. Okay, be honest to yourself. You become you become a network engineer because you don't like programming, yes? You don't like to if, then, else, whatever, yes? Okay, yes, right. Network engineer was supposed to have programming for automation. Yeah, now you realize that skills, right? Now, yeah, we open an internship here, and in the internship, everyone can apply, but we treat them as a programmer. I don't care your background is network engineer, system engineer, whatever. I don't care, man. If you do internship here, you do programming. I don't care. It is, for me, it is easier to teach MikroTik to programmer than the other way around. Okay. For me, it's easier. Okay. Because programmer tends to have very good logic. So I just understand, okay, I just I just train them, I just teach them, okay, this is how you need to understand. This is how the OC layer looks like. Okay, this is the command, this is this one, this one, this one, this one. And then here's the scripting, and then they can manage the MikroTik. Yes, it's easy for me to teach MikroTik to programmer than the other way around. To teach programming to network engineer. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you very much for the topics. Yeah, for the suggestion. Well, I think it's almost 9 o'clock now. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, there are lots of menu here. Yeah, can be intimidating. Routing BGP, routing OSPF, whatever, whatever. So here, if you want to use, if you want to change the name, if you want to do backup, what is files, and then yeah, you can take backup. Yeah, as simple as that. So here's the backup. Is it today? Yeah. Just remove this one. Okay. And then, oh, okay. So we have a cloud backup. Wow. Okay. So if you have MikroTik account, you can upload your backup there. Oh, which is good. Okay. And then here's if you want to restore, you can click and then restore. As simple as that. With Cisco, you cannot do that. There is no GUI for Cisco. Okay, so guys, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all for now. Yeah, basic routerOS features, yeah, etc., etc. Oops. Yeah, so that was the live practice. Okay. Yeah, if you're interested, just come to our training. Yeah, this is end of slides. Yeah, as usual, we put here copy and paste the content. So yeah, if you want to submit your feedback, okay, so let us know, especially the things that we need to be improved. That needs to be improved, yeah, okay. Yeah, a schedule will be available on website. Facebook page is available here for information. Slide will be available on Slideshare. Discord as well. Yeah, we do have Discord, but we are using Bahasa Indonesia there. Recording will be available on YouTube, and yeah, what you can do is just like and subscribe. We are YouTuber now. So hopefully, yeah, by subscribing our channel, you can grow our channel to become better. Okay, guys, I think that's all. So it's time to do a photo session. So please open up your camera. Okay, don't be shy. And as usual, thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, what is it? Command Shift 3, right? Yeah, fuck. Sometimes I forgot. Is it working? Okay, one more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day, and then see you later in our next webinar. See you and goodbye.